Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today I am back with you for another 2022 Lemax release, plus a bonus piece at the end, so be sure to stick around for that. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Lemax Last Ditch Gas&Salvage. Let's get into it. Okay, so a quick couple housekeeping notes. I want to send a huge shout out to Lemax for making this video possible, and of course to all of you for your support, because we could not do this without it. Lastly, I want to send a huge shout out to our sponsor today, Weffy's Closet. She's been a huge supporter of our channel, and it's a wonderful place for all of your jewelry needs for men, women, couples, everybody. It's a wonderful place, so check her out at weffyscloset.com and use code Mike10 at checkout for 10% off your entire order. Okay, so the Last Ditch Gas&Salvage. This one is unbelievable when it comes to detail. And let me tell you, this one could be paired up with some wonderful additions from prior years, and we'll get into that. But let's start with some details. So of course, it was released in 2022, and the SKU number off the top is 25842. Now for some dimensions: 8.66 inches high, 8.27 inches wide, and 5.91 inches deep. So look, some decent overall size here. It is, let me tell you, this is one of those ones that just is really well thought out. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So product type, lighted building. And it's made of resin, which is kind of the new normal. Now let's talk power. We have 4.5 volts DC, and the draw is about 120 milliamps. So for those of you who like using those multi-purpose adapters, you could definitely put it on as long as there's nothing else too heavy. I've said I have a whole video on this, but the nutshell is don't ever go over about half of what the capacity is of those adapters, or you will risk shorting them out, and stay away from any animated pieces on those as well. All right, the adapter is also included, and the switch for this is a simple on and off switch. Now let's talk price. I saw a pre-order available for $74.99 on Erie Emporium. Again, I have no affiliation with them, but from everything I see on the groups, it's a really popular place, so definitely check them out. Okay, so with that said, it is time to take a closer look. So starting from the top here, guys, there is going to be a lot of detail, so I'm going to cover as much as I can. So you are going to see a wide range of things up here, from figures that are firing these torches off that just look absolutely amazing because the way that they pulse and the shape of them, and they are detailed. There's actually multiple paint colors on them. With the mix of that and the color, it's absolutely fantastic. There's also a sign, the Last Ditch Gas. We charge an arm and a leg, so it's gonna cost you quite a bit. Another thing you're going to see up there is a wonderful tin style roof and some crazy detail on it as well. And lastly, a oil refinery tower. I don't know if exactly what that is, but it's some kind of oil tower holder or something. And it really ties in that whole effect of the detail in this piece. Okay, so moving on here in the hopes of time, we are going to see what is one of the stars of the show here. It's going to be this character in like this gas mask thing with these cool goggles on, and he's green like the rest of the characters as well, and even has a little silver to tie him around to all the other details on this piece. So really intimidating, and he's holding these gas pumps with these torches coming out, or fire coming out rather, and my God, it's just killer, and it really is just the perfect center for this piece. Also, his eyes light up, so that was a really nice touch. So working our way down here, you are going to see the Last Ditch sign. It is also in that same style tin that we saw on the roof, and it's written in, it looks like blood maybe. It says Last Ditch, and it's in red, and it kind of has that appearance, but it's really cool. Not the easiest thing in the world to read, but nonetheless, it was really effective. Okay, so next up on the list is the gas pumps themselves. Really cool. They each have little sayings on them, like out of order, use at your own risk, that kind of thing. But they also have some really cool cool, like, demonic figures with, like, these horns on them. I'm sure there's probably some kind of animal, but I'm not a specialist, so to me, they're kind of like some kind of evil demonic thing, but nonetheless, really cool. And also, there's a few other things down here that you'll see, everything from another character, maybe he's a refinery worker, I don't know, gas station worker, some tombstones with some more writing on them, and there's even a cashier. So it's really a full service station if you think about it. It's going to cost a lot, but you know, it's there. Also, there's some really cool green highlights on the platform itself that they're on, that the house is on. It's just, I don't know, it kind of ties in that green because there is a lot of green on this thing. And so to have a little extra spice on the base of the house like that, for me, really helped tie it in. The other thing I want to cover is all the tires. There are a bunch of tires everywhere. Cool touch. Also, you will notice down here on this floor as well, there is even characters like hidden in the walls and just a bunch of just creepy things like that in this piece. There's some barrels. I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff. There's a mechanic, and I'm going to try to show it all here through some different slideshow clips, but I just want to really emphasize, for the price that you're going to pay for this, there's no detail left behind, including the restroom as well. It's not just a restroom, it's the final rest room. So just all little play on words like that throughout this whole thing. I really enjoy this, and I think it could be paired super well with the Wasteland Pub. Having those nearby, they're kind of all in the same feel, you know, the green, the silver. I just think that would be a great bonus, and I'm probably going to try to do that in my village this year if I have the room. I'd like to pair those two up, and I'm a real fan of the other one anyway, so to have them together could be a really great touch. The unit does not have a soundtrack. I don't think the Wasteland Pub did either, in my recollection. I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, so it doesn't have a soundtrack, but it's still, guys, for what it is, I think it's fantastic. And I'm a huge fan of the green and the lighting, how they did it. There's not, you know, an astronomical amount of lighting, but the lighting that is there was really thought out in my opinion, you know, so this will be a great addition to your village. Okay, so I promised you guys a bonus piece here at the end, and here it is. This is the Undead Brewery Worker. Now, here's the thing. I know what you're thinking, Mike, why are you pairing a brewery worker with the Last Ditch? So follow me close on this. Here's the deal. There is a figure that came out this year called Last Ditch Zombie, and it's really cool. It's carrying the tire. I'll try to get up on the screen for you now, and it would be obviously the perfect fit for this house. But I wanted to change things up a little bit, so I went for the Undead Brewery Worker. He looks like he fits really well with the theme. He's carrying a barrel, highly detailed, and he's not going to run you a bunch of money. I think he's probably around $4, something like that, on a pre-order, something like that. But anyways, nonetheless, he fits really well. So if, in theory, if you could have both the Last Ditch Zombie and the Brewery Worker, that's fantastic, you know, and I think that would be the ultimate pairing for me, just because they both kind of fit the theme so well. Also, of course, the Undead Brewery Worker could go with a brewery, you know, and some other Lemax houses along the way, but just thinking about it for today, I thought it would be a great pairing. You know, he could be moving oil in that barrel. I mean, who knows? I just kind of thought he looked the part. You know, maybe it's something to do with being a mechanic. I don't know, but I just like to kind of experiment a little, and I thought he was a really good fit. And for a few bucks, I think that's a really good decision. Now, again, I want both. You know, for me, I want the Last Ditch Zombie as well, because I think together, obviously, the pairing would be even better. And if you could only pick one, that's totally up to you on how you want to go. But I did want to just show a little extra piece that could be paired with some village pieces from prior years, but also how you can mix and match for other houses as well. You know, yes, it has a name, but that doesn't mean you can't use your imagination and put it in other places. So if you're hardcore to the theme, you know, obviously it's, you know, a decision you have to make for yourself. But if you're willing to kind of experiment a little like I did here today, you can see how it kind of fits, you know. So I like it. It was a little bonus added piece, you know. I didn't want to do a whole video on it, but nonetheless, I wanted to add his little spice right here at the end. So look for that coming on store shelves as well this year. And let me know, are you going to get the Last Ditch Zombie, or are you going to get the Undead Brewery Worker? And if so, why, you know? And if you already have a brewery from one of the past, you know, prior years, then maybe you'll get that one and experiment with both houses and see where it fits the best. But nonetheless, the Last Ditch Savage Zombie is obviously the perfect pairing for it, but the Undead Brewery Worker I think fits really well as a little bit of an experiment. So that's what I went with here today, guys. Let's close this up so we can hit the lights. Thank you again to Lemax. I mean, I am so pleased and excited and honored to be able to share this kind of content with you guys, especially early. So I'm trying to get the word out. This is what it is. This is the 22 lineup that you're seeing here on my channel. There's still many more to come. But nonetheless, guys, thank you. As always, shout out to Weffy's Closet again. And please, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.